Hey guys, Slysss here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the pros' favorite deck lists after day one of Rastakhan's Rumble. I know it's really hard to find a deck list to play in the first week or two of a new expansion, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of what the pros are playing, and hopefully you'll find something that you enjoy as well. Alright, so I have one of each class right now, and let's start with the Mage. The first Mage deck we're going to look at is APXVoid's Aggro Mage. This is an aggressive Mage. APXVoid is one of the top Mage players in the world. He mains Mage, though he can play everything. And his list is slightly different than last expansions, because last expansion we had Mana Worm, and it has now been nerfed to 2 mana, so we can't really use Mana Worm as much. So he's added in the new card sCjvsCnvsCs. sCjvsCnvsCs has spell damage plus 2 when damage. So you can ping him with your hero power and then get a bunch of extra burst out of your Cinderstorms, out of your Shooting Stars, out of your Arcane Missiles. So instead of being turn 1 Mana Worm heavy, you're going to be later game after at least turn 4, since you'd have to ping it to get the spell damage. You're going to be more bursty, heavy in the later game. So that's the main card he added in. He also has a Mana Addict in, which is a classic card in the neutral. I tried playing this yesterday. I was struggling with it, but he was 11 and... he was either 11 and 2 or 11 and 0 with this deck to Legend from rank 2. He played it well. This could be really fun if you enjoy the old aggro Mage, so be sure to check this out. The main addition is that sCjvsCnvsCs, which again is it's a neutral card, and it's not even epic or anything, so it should be really fairly easy to craft. Alright, the next list I'm going to show you is my list. I created this Spiteful Priest, Dragon Priest last night. I was having some good success with it. We have the new cards are the Fire Tree Witch Doctor, which you get to discover a spell if you're holding a dragon. This is really important because the only spells you can run in Spiteful are high cost spells, and you may need a lower cost spell to deal with something on board. And so until you can, before you can't get to those that big turn, you may need stuff to deal with aggro or something, so you can discover something that you need. It's really nice. I've also added in, I have a Harrison Jones in here, but I think you could definitely put in an Ooze instead. We're kind of low on the 3-drops, so I think that might be replaced with an Ooze. It's up to you, especially if you don't own Harrison. He's a legendary. Something I'm going to be testing today. The Cabal Shadow Priest works really well with the Twilight Acolyte to gain the board back by the later turns, like turn 9. The Crowd Roaster is a new card, super cool. It's a 7 mana 7/4. If you're holding a dragon, deal 7 damage to enemy minion. This is an insane swing. So you can just destroy his board with this thing, really, and have this big attack minion on board. A huge, huge turn of events with this. Spiteful Summoner, obviously you're going to summon something that's 8 cost or 10 cost because of your Amber and your Mind Control. And I have 1 Drake in there. Might need an extra. Again, these little texts you can add in more or less of things. It's something I'm going to be playing with today because I haven't played it too much yet. I just played it last night, and I think I had an 80% win rate with it last night. But let's look at the 8 and 10 cost minions that you'll get from your Free from Amber. So your 8 cost minions, nothing there. Oh, but for the 10, would you get a grade for it? No, that doesn't cost 10, sorry. 8s. Okay, so for 8 cost, you get Bone Mare, which is not great. The Cauldron Elemental is good. The Charged Dumbledore is amazing. Deranged Doctor is good. Grand Archivist is amazing to get. And this is something you could consider adding into your deck, but you'd have to consider what to leave, and right now we have so much high cost stuff that it'd be really hard to add him in. This Guard is great, Gruul is great, King Togwaggle not great, Marin, this guy's interesting, 214. That's a big dude with a little attacks, probably not the best thing in the world. Some good stuff. Lich King is amazing. This card's not great. These cards are good. And then your 10 cost cards. Deathwing, awesome. Ysera, awesome. Sleepy Dragon, good. Hakar, a little scary. I'm not sure. Shuffle Corrupted Blood into each player's deck as a Death Rattle. Ugh. And Ultrasaur, Sea Giant, Mechathun. So some great options here of what you can get from your 10 drops and your 8 drops. So I really like the Spiteful Priest. I'm going to be working on it today on stream, so hopefully we can perfect the list. It's kind of a rough start. The Paladin list, we have Riku's OTK Paladin. OTK Paladin is what a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of top streamers have been streaming it. This OTK Paladin, it's about restoring health, timeout, it makes your hero immune. That's a new card. Flash of Light, new card, restore 4 health, and draw a card. Lots of draw happening here. Draw Loot Hoarder, draw here. Lots of healing happening. And then you OTK, I believe you can do it with the Uther. Oh yes, this is an Uther OTK. My bad. I thought this was the other OTK, but I was wrong. So the other OTK that the streamers have been playing is the one where you Holy Wrath the Shrivala, which from what I heard, it's not really working. But this is an OTK with Uther, where you get to win just by having 4 minions on board that are 2/2s from his hero power. So you use your Ancient Brewmasters, your Zolas, you time out to like extend it. Lots of drawing and lots of just holding off until you can get that combo done. So this deck looks fun. I used to love OTK Paladin back in the day. Last expansion, it just really wasn't viable, these last 2 expansions. But I think I'm going to be trying this out today to see if I can get it to work as well. I'm really excited about this one. The next list is a list that I've seen from Chinoize. I hope I'm saying that right, in orange. They both have been playing this Eureka Shaman with a Malagos, Snow Giants, Rain of Toads, which I thought was going to be a bad card, but they got the Rain of Toads in there. All right, so it looks like the goal is to Eureka your Malagos out, or even Spellstone your Giants, and just get that crazy burst going. Where's the burst from hand? The burst from hand would be your lightning bolts. And what's this? Has 2 attack while you have overload mana crystals. Oh, that's awesome. A really good weapon, it seems like, if you're overloaded. And then Electra lets you cast your spells twice. So Electra with the Malagos being Eureka'd out. That totally works for the lightning bolt. Yeah, this looks like a fun deck, especially if you can get your Spellstones off, if you can get your Malagos to stick. If not, you can get your Giants to stick. You can Ancestral Spirit your Malagos so that it sticks longer as well. It will come back. The only way it wouldn't if it got hexed. Yeah. Looks like a super fun deck. I want to try it out. Alright, the next one is Sjow's Odd Dragon Warrior. So odd decks for Warrior have been really powerful because of the hero power. And so now, instead of being mech-centric, it's a bit more dragon-centric, but still with the mechs, because we got Dr. Boom in here. We have the Dynomatic that does damage. So the main differences that I see is now we have this Amalgam, which is both a mech and a dragon, so that works. The Lancer is the destroy a damaged enemy card. So you're just going to, you only get this if you have a dragon, but super powerful. This next card is deal 1 damage to all other minions. So that will be some AoE for you. Same with the Dynomatic. Another new card is the Emberskill Drake. If you're holding a dragon, gain 5 armor. Ziliax is a bit older. Oh, here's the Crowd Roaster again. Like, it's a super powerful card. That's why I put it in my Spiteful Dragon Priest. Deal 7 damage to enemy minion. And of course, Ysera. Oh, gotta love Ysera. So here is Sjow's Odd Dragon Warrior. Seems pretty powerful. Pretty, not overly, oh, what's the term? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's the term? Not overly greedy. Seems like a good deck. Alright, Death Star is a Hunter main, and this is Death Star's Spell Hunter. A lot of people are excited for Spell Hunter. There's actually a lot of Hunter decks out there. But I decided to showcase the Spell Hunter because it has Zul Jin, which has a lot of people excited. I've seen it on the ladder. It's insanely strong, the Spell Hunter. When you slam Zul Jin, you get multiple to my sides, or you could get your Spell Stones, or you could get... I mean, the Unleash the Hounds is a little scary because you just don't want a ton of hounds on the board if you could have these things. But they're aggro. And yeah, I mean, it's a huge board swing. You basically can, if only they have minions on board, you can destroy all their minions and then get minions back. It's an insane card. Zul'jin is the nuts. I would highly suggest this for a fun time. All right, and then next we have Mr. Yagut's Kingsbane. I saw so much Kingsbane on the ladder yesterday, and I actually ran into Mr. Yagut twice. We're 1-1. He beat me once. I beat him once. In my defense, I was playing whiz-bang decks, but I was able to beat him one time. But this deck looks super fun. If you've never played Kingsbane, maybe this is the expansion to do so. If you have played Kingsbane, well, you're in luck. It's been buffed with this new expansion. The new cards that were added into Kingsbane are Raiding Party is one of them. There actually aren't that many added into it. Raiding Party draws 2 pirates from your deck and combo add and a weapon. So now, instead of having just 2 ways to draw your Kingsbane, which is like your Cavern Shiny Finder and your Cavern Shiny Finder, you have 2 in the deck. Now you have 4 because you have 2 of these cards in your deck. So you can draw out your Kingsbane 4 times. Sometimes people struggled with Kingsbane because they couldn't find the weapon. And so now it's just like, it's going to be like impossible to not find the weapon, right? You got 2 tries in your mulligan, and then you got these 4 tries from these cards. So it's going to be easy time to get that weapon back, especially to find it in the first place and then after it's been destroyed. And you get to draw 2 pirates from your deck, which is great because the pirates are what synergize with the weapon. We have this Buccaneer here. That synergizes, it adds 1 attack. So the other pirates that we have are this Dread Corsair, which is your taunt. So that's really good versus aggro, so you can slow them down a bit. And then your Captain Greenskin, giving your weapon +1/+1. So it's going to buff it. The other card added into here from the new expansion is Walk the Plank, destroy an undamaged minion. So with prep, that's a 1-cost destroy minion. I mean, if you're facing something like an even lock and they have a giant on turn 3, bam, just kill it off on turn 4. Or you can prep it out if you need the extra mana. Good card in this list because you can't always use your weapon to the minion in the early games when it hasn't been buffed or if you haven't found your Leeching Poison yet. So I've actually not played a lot of Kingsbane Rogue, but this has me excited to try it just because I hadn't played it a lot in the past, but I really want to try it now, so I'm going to be testing out this list as well. Props to Mr. Yagut for that. For Druid, I tried to find something a bit different than what people were expecting. I found Viper's Treant Druid list. This is based on more of like a token Treant. And a lot of cards that we haven't used before in this list. Pounce is a new card. Give your hero +2 attack this turn. So that's 0 mana, get 2 attack. It's really good because you have UI, which is a hefty card, and so you can get rid of something that costs 0 to empty your hand. This is a good card. Now this is not a new card, but not a lot of people have played it in decks unless you're playing Arena maybe, but Dendrologist is a battle cry if you control a Treant, discover a spell. Since we haven't played a lot of Treant decks, no one's really used this card, but maybe it's time, so you get to discover a spell. I highly just suggest discovering spells that buff your minions like Power of the Wild, Savage Roar, Branching Paths. We don't actually run Branching Paths in this deck list, so you can discover it. I'm sure he just couldn't find space for it, but he wanted a 2-drop, so there you go. You can find it there. Power of the Wild is an old card. Landscaping is from the last expansion, but no one used it. Summon 2/2 Treants. So there you go. Old card, but never used. So we got our, you know, the typical token druid stuff right here. Another old card that isn't really used much, Summon 3 Treants. So there you go. This card synergizes with Arcane Tyrant because you get 3 Treants and then you can get 2 Tyrants for free. And Nourish. And then this is a new card, Tree Speaker, 5 mana, 4/4. Transform your Treants into 5/5 Ancients. So basically, if your opponent does not clear off your 2/2s on board, you can make them 5/5s. And this is powerful when you go from Whispering Woods to Soul of the Forest, because a lot of times your opponent can't clear off the Whispering Woods and Soul of the Forest. It would take a lot to clear off both. So let's say they just clear off the Whispering Woods. Now you're left with the Treants on board. You can use them, and then you can buff them to 5/5s, which is going to be really hard for your opponent to clear off unless they're like a big mage or something. But that's a powerful card in the deck. New card. We all know Spreading Plague, old card, Malfurion, old card, and UI, of course, we all know old cards. So this deck looks super fun. If you like the Token Druid, I would highly suggest trying this one out. And last, I actually could not find that many Warlock decks out there. I was excited. I heard like Discard Lock would be great, but I couldn't really find anything. So for the first day, all I've got is I did find Firebat's Zoolock, so I'm going to show you guys that. Hopefully by tomorrow or the next day I find some more Warlock decks that are more maybe discard oriented with the new Legendary or something like that. This is Firebat's Zoolock. The new cards in here are Grim Rally, destroy a friendly minion, give your minions +1/+1. So that's for buffing your zoo. We got Scarab Eggs, which summon 3 1/1 scarabs when dying. We got Spirit of the Bat, stealth for 1 turn after a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. Good card right there. Because, you know, you want to buff your zoo. So I'd like to see how powerful that is. These other cards are older, just not played a lot. I believe this card's new, Sightless Ranger, Rush, Overkill, summon 2 1/1 bats. So you get Rush if you kill something with like 2 or less health, then you get 2 1/1 bats. So that's cool. And this Blood Troll Sapper, ooh, I have a gold one. Blood Troll Sapper. After a friendly minion dies, deal 2 damage to enemy hero. Oh, that's kind of insane. So like you can have a bunch of 1/1s on board, kill them off, and deal 2 damage to face. So you're doubling your damage. Just by, and not only are you doubling your damage, you're getting rid of your opponent's board, so that's powerful. The last card is this Demon Bolt. Destroy a minion, cost 1 less for each minion you control. Obviously, you're a zoo, you can have up to 7 minions, so this could cost up down to 1 mana, so that's pretty awesome. I like it. So this is Firebat's Zoolock. It looks cool. And hopefully I can keep finding more Warlock decks for you guys. So that's it. That's my day 1 Rastakhan's Rumble deck list. I will keep coming back to you guys with more lists that I find. I hope you enjoyed. I will be putting the codes for these deck lists down below. And make sure if you enjoyed this that you subscribe, get notifications, the follow button, all those things. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, and the thumbs up thing. Yeah, do that too. Thank you. Have a good day.